is going on, guys? We are back with another video. Been really busy since we got back from Mustang Week. We've been working on a few different long-term projects that I've been filming for, but we haven't gotten videos done because they're not done. But we did put some videos up of the drift car. You gotta love that angle. It looks pretty sick. I know some of you guys might not click on that video right away because you're like, oh, boo, drifting's boring. I don't know why people think that. Drifting's gonna be a lot of fun. We didn't even do any drifting yet, but it's just the process of getting that car dialed in, and the car lays some pretty good heaters. I did a first gear burnout in that last video. I have another video that I'm in the process of filming for the roll cage for that car. Car burned second gear after I tuned it, so yeah. I've been doing a little bit of tuning here just for fun. A few of my friends' cars. I tuned the Torque Tech 2 valve car. I tuned a Celine supercharged car. Now I tuned NA2 valves and they rip, so it's been really fun. Anyways, leading into our next thing, the 07 GT500 drag car project. You guys saw I made the big change, the T56 Magnum XL. The engine's still the same. It's the Gen 2 Coyote, Gen 2 heads, valve springs, pack valve springs. Single turbo, Garrett, 76mm T6, CG Fab, T6 hot side. How are we gonna control this now that we switched? We were gonna run the power by the hour control pack. I sold that because we're not using the 6R80 trans anymore. And since we aren't using the 6R80 trans, figured it's time to go standalone. So we got a Holley Terminator X. I wanna do an unboxing video to kind of show you guys. I have no idea what this actually comes with. So you guys are gonna experience it with me. I don't know if it comes with sensors, doesn't come with sensors, what all it is. So this right here is very hard to get right now. I had to kind of compromise on something that was a little bit not what I wanted, but it's fine. I got EV1 injector style instead of EV6. I'm using EV6 injectors, so I'm gonna use adapters. And it's technically for a Gen 2 timing component engine, but we're gonna lock out the cams, so that won't matter as well. The biggest reason why I went with this over something else, there was a 4R71 in stock, and normally these things would be in stock, like pre-COVID, all the BS, these things would be in stock on the shelf. It's just been supply issues, but I didn't want to wait, and I'm trying to get this car ready for FL2K. So we went and picked up what was available. The key is this one has drive-by-wire. I really like drive-by-wire. I think not dealing with the throttle cable, any issues with that. You can also do a lot of tuning with drive-by-wire, so that was a big thing to me. I wanted drive-by-wire. Let's just hop into this thing. It does boost control as well. There's so many different things, and the Terminator X is still pretty basic. You know, the Dominator's obviously the big dog, but I figured if I was gonna go Dominator or something like that, maybe it's time to look into some of the other options out there. Like there is a Fuel Tech, there's Motec, which we run on my red 14 GT500. Motec is nasty. I would have done it on this car. I didn't want to spend another 10 grand. This was 2,800 or so, which is still fairly expensive, but it's a fraction of the cost of something like Motec or Fuel Tech. So let's go ahead and dive in. Figure out how to open this thing. It's got like one of those flap things. So let's see, I'm curious to see what connections it has. I'm fairly familiar, well, I'm very familiar with Coyotes and engine harnesses and the plugs from, you know, everything we do at Freedom Parts. So I can kind of get an idea of what is what, I think. And I have had one experience. I wired up the Holley Terminator X with our LS SN95 project. Fortunately, the LS project is just permanent back burner project, so we haven't really done too much with that. This looks like there's a relay here, and this looks like some sort of power harness. I believe the main power harness to the ECU. This looks like the drive-by-wire connections. That's the what looks like the throttle body. You see the little red tab. So that's what that looks like to me. There's probably one end that's going to go to your gas pedal, and then that one looks like the part that goes into the Terminator X ECU. Working our way down. Let's see. Cam sensor. Power. Oh, that power goes into that power harness over there, as you can see. VCT connector. Exhaust cam, bank 2 sensor. So VCT, cam position sensors. Exhaust phaser, bank 2, right there. We are going to end up locking these out, but we do still use obviously the cam position sensors. This one is INT phaser. I think that's just another one of the, there's 4 cam phaser plugs on the top of the timing cover. So it looks like we do in fact have all of those. Oh, I'm so stupid. INT means intake. Duh. Cool. So this is kind of your VCT sensor thing. So we're gonna put that off to the side. What do we got here? This looks like coils. So this is going to be the 2015 and up style coils. So I'm either going to get the 2015 and up style coils for this car, or I might just use an engine harness here, cut off the connectors and make this. I have a million Gen 1 coils, and that might suit me better to have plenty of spares, you know, with being a race car, rather than only having 8. So, and I have literally a million sets of those laying around. If you guys need some, Freedom Parts Outlet, of course. Injector harness. This is the other thing I was talking about. The EV1 injector set, and we need to go to EV6. Like I said, this is the compromise I had to make to get this in time, but you can see that is EV1, and we need EV6 for my ID1300s, I think is what I have for this car. All right, and your main harness. So injector goes out to injector. That's strange. This one says mass airflow. I thought we ran these on speed density. Don't know. This one says VCT. That is crank position sensor. That one goes on the back side. Ignition out. Ignition. There's a CAN bus option. Okay. Everything's all looking pretty good, normal. Coils. I'm a little confused as to why there's a MAF plug, because we're not going to run MAF. We're going to tune this with speed density. There's a MAT plug right there, and there should be, of course, a MAP sensor somewhere here. Here's a fuel pressure plug. So I think what I'm answering my question right now is it doesn't come with sensors, the additional sensors. So you're going to want to add a fuel pressure sensor, which is like this one. You're going to want a 4-bar map sensor, something like that. So those are some additional things that we're going to need to get. Cam, interesting. It is nice that these are all labeled. There's a TPS connection. That's probably not used because we're drive-by-wire, and the drive-by-wire is going to handle the TPS. So there's definitely a few more things that I'll have to read up on. Put that other harness aside, and now there's just one box left. I'm assuming the ECU, the Terminator X unit itself, is in here. More wires. Check that out. It does come with a wideband, and we're going to be running a single wideband with single turbo setup. Here is some sort of, oh, that looks like a wideband. So this is a Bosch, sensor. This is a Bosch to Holley adapter right there. So it does come with one wideband. That's cool. I believe this is the little screen, little teeny tiny. You can use the larger screens, but I just went with the little tiny screen. That's what we're running for right now, till we get something a little bit nicer. I've heard you can use an Android tablet with it, so we'll definitely experiment around with that a little bit more. An unknown box. hopefully you guys find this interesting, because this is something that I've been interested in picking up for a while, and you know, it kind of says what it comes with online, but you know, you just never know. So this one says it's the TI VCT controller. So this is literally a whole module. So that's gonna plug in there, and I guess that helps you control the VCT. Interesting. It's gonna turn out that I may not actually be using this, so that might be for sale, because I think I'm gonna end up walking the cams out. We'll probably make a cam degree video with Jordan, but like I said, I got what I could get my hands on to make things, you know, work. Now right here it says coil driver, so this is what's gonna help control the coils. There we go. So, Holley EFI, this is what helps power those coils. And there is 2 of these for both banks, obviously. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and put those back in there, wrap those up, see what else we have in the box. There is one connector here and wire leads. I don't know what this one does. No labeling, unknown. And here should be the Terminator X ECU, X Max ECU itself. So, and that it is. So these do have an internal map sensor. You can run a vacuum line here, but we're gonna be running more boost than that actually supports. So we're gonna put a 4-bar map sensor in it, but you can see the multiple connections right there. And yeah, so we'll just go ahead and put this back. So I think that about covers everything that comes with the Terminator X. So it does have instructions. Good amount of instructions too. Cool, it actually has some info on the VCT stuff that I'm gonna be interested. I'm gonna read a little bit more up on that. I'm not gonna read it while I'm here, but it has custom cam table setup available. Let's see. Yeah, there is a lot of info in here, so we'll definitely do some reading more on that. And we got one sticker. Thanks, Holley. Just one. There's one little tiny bit of instructions here. Limited warranty. All right, so it does look like we'll have to get a fuel pressure sensor, which I think I have one laying around, so that'll make that simple. I think we will need to get a 4-bar map sensor. That's pretty typical for ECU. And I guess we'll kind of just find out the rest. I'm gonna be doing some more research. I'm gonna read more up on this, and yeah. But so hopefully that's gonna help you guys get an idea of what one of these Terminator X Maxes come with, specifically the drive-by-wire unit and that's a Hornet, stay away, and the VCT controller. Like I said, if you guys are interested in picking up that VCT controller from me, let me know. I may or may not be selling it, but I'm pretty sure I have boss cams for this setup, so I'm pretty sure we're just gonna lock those cams out. Jordan and I were talking about that, and the car's a race car, and it's gonna make tuning wise simple, because I really don't need to use the VCT, And this thing is a race car. You know, it has some street ability for the street car aspect of the class, but it is a stick shift race car. So we really don't need that. So if you did like this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you are interested in checking out other videos and you are not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We have a lot of awesome content, Terminator Cobras, New Edge Mustangs, S197, GT500s. We've also done a lot with S550s, Fox bodies. Help support the channel, and hopefully we can build a classic Coyote swap in the future. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Yeah.